Hi, it's Marty Millner with Coldwell Banker Hearthside Realtors in Newtown, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching another edition of my video blog. Happy to have you today. A couple weeks ago, I sent out an email to my database asking for suggestions about topics that I could talk about in future issues of my video blog. One of my loyal viewers, Linda, sent a question that I thought was appropriate given that we're kind of full into the spring market. And her question was, she wanted to know whether if a home sells in your neighborhood at below market value, is it going to affect the appraisal value of your own house? So it's a great question, Linda, and I really appreciate your taking the time to send that to me. And I'll try and address a couple of things that are pertinent to answering the question. And actually, the answer is it really depends. Depends on a couple of factors. The first question that an appraiser would want to know if something sells below market value is whether it was a distressed property, bank-owned, short sale, anything of that sort, basically would be discounted as it relates to an appraisal of another property in the same neighborhood. An appraiser would want to know, in comparing a couple of houses, whether that transaction below market value is truly an arm's length transaction. And what we mean by that is if it's a transaction between family members, something of that nature. Also, it would tend not to impact an appraisal of another house in the same neighborhood. When appraisers compare values, and actually buyers, sort of go through the same exercise also, they're really focused on, the size of one house compared with another, amenities, if a house has a basement as opposed to one that doesn't, sort of the obvious things, if one has a garage, the other one doesn't, and certainly condition, which probably impacts a buyer perspective of the value even more than an appraiser. But again, if the house, selling below market value was in really bad condition compared with most of the houses in another neighborhood, it would explain and sort of support the value of the, competitive house in the neighborhood if it was in better condition, larger, had better, amenities and that sort of thing. So the other thing to remember that if you're looking and talking specifically about an appraised value, an appraiser is going to use generally 3 comparable properties, and their preference is something that's sold relatively recently. They'll go back 6 months, maybe a year if there isn't enough data, and they're really looking for houses that are as close to comparable as the subject property as possible. So if you have one sale in a neighborhood that is below market value, it's only one of 3, and if there's other data that would support higher values, we always say that one sale doesn't make the market. So I wouldn't be too concerned necessarily about a single house that may sell in a neighborhood for less than what we perceive to be the market value. There may be explanations. If you are interested to understand what your house is worth, I'd be happy to meet with you. I also have a really neat tool. It's called a market snapshot that goes out automatically every couple of times a month. It basically takes every house, active, pending, and sold, within about a 5-mile radius of your house, and shows you exactly what's going on in the market around you. So I hope this addresses the question. I appreciate your watching as always, and look forward to hearing from you. You can reach me at 215-519-1399. Email me at marty@martinmillner.com. If you want a market snapshot report, just as simple as sending me an email asking for me to send that. Give me your address, and I'll process that right away. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.